Coming up on Mountain News this morning, cockfighting has been a misdemeanor in the Commonwealth for a long time, but soon that could change. Plus, a bill making its way through Frankfort wants to help victims of crime by increasing the limit of compensation.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. We are just past 6:30 on Friday, March 8th. And now let's check in with meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast this morning.
Good morning, Olivia. Good morning, everyone. Don't worry, Olivia. I think we're all kind of in that same mode right now. It's Friday. We got to lose an hour's sleep this weekend, too. Yeah, I know, we spring ahead. All right, let's get you caught up to speed. Out the door we go, mid-40s as we look from above. Our WYMT studios, maybe a little thin layer of fog here trying to develop. A little brightening too, but that's pretty much the way things are going to be as we rock and roll through this Friday. Mostly cloudy with the prospects of another 50-50 weekend. Today's not a washout, but we'll get some scattered showers. The washout looks like it's going to be Saturday, clearly, before we get back into some better weather and some nice temps you're going to love next week. Temps right now, again, mid and upper 40s, close to 50 as you make your way out to the west. And yes, the satellite weather composite shows how clouds have thickened up over the last several hours. Showers now, Pulaski, Wayne counties, more moisture coming in from the southwest. And that's the reason why we'll see our scattered shower pattern gradually move from west to east, slowly but surely, from the morning into the afternoon. Up into the mid-60s for a high in Hazard today. More about the First Alert 7-day forecast coming up in just a few moments. Olivia?
Tim, thank you. Now to a developing story in Letcher County where a death investigation is underway. State police say troopers and detectives were at a scene on Dinah Blair Road. Police say one person is dead, but no other information has been released yet. We will keep you updated as we learn more. A Wise County, Virginia grand jury indicted an Appalachia man with murder after a deadly 2023 fire. Virginia State Police charged 30-year-old Cardis D. Holbrook with murder and arson. Officials said in February 2023, crews responded to a fire in the 300 block of Callahan Drive in Appalachia. Once the fire was put out, officials found the body of 65-year-old Michael D. Woodward inside the home. Kentucky lawmakers may vote on a bill this year to increase the penalties for people who engage in cockfighting. The bill was set to be heard in a committee yesterday morning, but it was delayed. Senate Bill 243 would make cockfighting a felony. It's now a misdemeanor in Kentucky. Supporters of the bill say cockfighting often leads up to other crimes and problems, and the current penalties are not stopping the practice.
You see drug trafficking. Small towns, a lot of people gather in them. Prostitution comes. It brings with it a tide of related criminal activity. And we have many undercover videos of recent cockfights in more rural parts of the state. So we know that they are happening.
Grove says many of their undercover videos show children at events, and he says this bill also states that taking a minor to a cockfighting event will remain a misdemeanor. A bill designed to help victims of crime has cleared another hurdle in Frankfort. Senator Denise Harper Angel says Senate Bill 319 adds more provisions to what was passed 2 years ago. It increases the overall cap for crime victims from $30,000 to $50,000 in compensation. It clarifies who is entitled, including caregivers. It also eliminates the 5-year statute of limitations, which will help in the backlog of rape kits.
I worked with hospitals, Crime Victims Compensation Board, Kentucky sexual assault programs, and just proud of the legislation. It's hopefully going to be my last bill that I pass and help victims of crime.
The bill has bipartisan support and unanimously passed the Senate Judiciary Committee. Chairman Whitney Westerfield commended Harper Angel on her work in standing up for victims of crime in her years of service in the legislature. A bill that could restrict drag shows is moving forward without the word drag in it. The Senate passed SB 147 Wednesday night. The sponsor says it's meant to keep adult businesses away from children. It specifically included drag in a definition of adult cabaret. The new version of the bill takes out the word drag. It now goes to the House. The ACLU is sounding the alarm on a health care bill. SB 239 would protect health care workers who refuse to do procedures for religious reasons. The ACLU says the bill targets LGBTQ people. Sponsors say the bill's focus is worker recruitment and retention. The bill has not made it out of committee. A bill requiring sex offenders to use their real names on social media accounts has passed the Senate and is heading to the House. Senate Bill 249 would prohibit a registered sex offender who was convicted of crimes against children from creating or controlling social media accounts where their full legal name is not prominently displayed. The bill is retroactive, so past offenders would also be subject to its provisions. Congressman Rogers has announced the bipartisan funding bills that will keep the federal government operating. It also includes money for Kentucky. About $86 million is coming to Eastern Kentucky, including $3 million to build new homes for survivors of the July 2022 flood. Nearly $21 million is coming to help with water and wastewater treatment facilities in Boyd, Clay, Harlan, Floyd, Lawrence, Martin, and Rowan counties. There's also money for Operation Unite's substance abuse programs. $45 million is set aside to start the northern bypass in Pulaski County. That will connect the Hal Rogers Parkway to the Louis Nunn Cumberland Parkway. And Kentucky will get about $27 million to help communities impacted by abandoned mines. Law enforcement agencies have found success with a new drug task force. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office, London Police, and Knox County Sheriff's Office are partnering together. Knox County joined just this year. London Police and the Laurel County Sheriff's Office started the task force in 2023. Major Robbie Grimes says they have multiple hands on deck for the partnership.
We have two dedicated task force officers from just our department, and then we also have two narcotics detectives in addition to that they're not totally dedicated to the task force, but they're part-time dedicated.
Grimes says the Knox County Sheriff has one deputy on the task force. This is funded by the Appalachia High Intensity Drug Trafficking Areas Organization. The SAT used to be a 3.5-hour dreaded in-person exam, but now it is fully online. The new online format is not the only big change happening this year. Students will now have access to the calculator for the entire math section. Some educators, though, say accessibility has been an issue with standardized exams like the SAT. That is why the University of Kentucky will not require these exams for admission until at least 2028.
And while there are fee waivers, sometimes the travel to get to a location to take the test can be expensive, but you can also think about individuals who can test multiple times or maybe access more tutoring services.
For now, UK says the GPA is a better indicator of student success. The first online SAT test will take place this Saturday. And thanks to the online format, students will have their scores in a matter of days.